Steve Rose has long connections with the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference. When he was in the 8th grade, he was allowed to attend school at Highland and stay in the dorm. He remained in the Highland dorm during the school years until he graduated in 1967. Shortly after graduation, he joined the military and spent time in Vietnam. He was honorably discharged from the armed forces in January 1974. In 1971, Steve became a licensed practical nurse and served in that capacity for several years. On August 5, 1993, Steve and Doreen Retzer were married. From 1973 until 1977, he made a living at McKee Bakery in Collegedale, Tennessee. The Roses had 2 children during the 1970s, Kara and Steve. In the 1980s, Steve was employed as a nursing home administrator. His first pastoral district was in 1989 in the Frankfort-Synthonia, Kentucky. Then the family moved to the Woodbury, Tennessee district in 1992. On May 29, 1993, Steve was ordained at the Kentucky-Tennessee camp meeting. H.M.S. Richards Jr. had the sermon. In July of 1993, the Roses moved to the Ridgetop Church, and the Ridgetop family decided to pancake them. This entails a surprise by Ridgetop members who went to their house unannounced and made them pancake breakfast. Steve had the privilege of baptizing a man who was in the Witness Protection Program. He moved often and shortly after his baptism moved. Kara married Chad Litchfield on May 14, 2000, and the Roses started to experience a decreasing number in their home. In June of 2002, Steve went to Kenya for evangelistic meetings. They baptized 150 people during the meetings. In May 2003, he graduated from Southern Adventist University with a master's in religion, and in June he left Gulf States Conference bound for Albany, Georgia in the Georgia-Cumberland Conference. March 8, 2012, Steve performed the wedding of his son, Steve and Octavia, in Utah. That same year, he returned to the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference as the Vice President of Administration. Kara, Chad, and Emmeline lived in Springfield. A few years later, Steve and Octavia and Malachi moved to the area. The Roses are surrounded by their family, including grandchildren Emmeline, Malachi, Olive, and Vernon. One of Steve's most fulfilling moments was baptizing Emmeline in the ocean at Port St. Joe, Florida on September 14, 2019. Since 2012, I have been working with Steve and am very sad to see him leave. But I am happy for the time he and Doreen will have to spend with their family. Steve, you will be missed.
Oh, in all the world is a testimony unto all nations, and then the end will come.
That's it.